Hi there, so we are back, and as you might expect, we want to talk about upper and lower leg this time. Previously, I talked about torso and arms, so now let's see how we can connect torso to the legs in a harmonious way. So let's get started. So I'm starting with the simple shape of the pelvis, and here I want to draw legs in front of you. Let's see what's the process and the simple shapes of the legs here. As I told you before, first we need to really see what's the flow and rhythm of the body. So that's the first thing I would do. You see this movement, this gesture? You shouldn't draw just a straight line like this. We need to avoid any straight line and any symmetrical design like what I'm doing here, because it blocks the eye of the viewer and it doesn't let us really to go downward and move around into the drawing. So if you remember in landmarks, we have these two important points: anterior superior iliac spine and then pubic bone right here. So now I just create this arch here, and then I will add other forms for upper leg. Here is an important movement from this point. These two S curves like this, which continues also on the lower leg till the malleoluses, medial and lateral malleolus, medial and lateral malleolus, and the only thing that I need to do is also showing greater trochanter, because here we have this peak point. It comes downward, and then we have adductor muscles right here that will create this triangular shape like this on this part. So you see, if I just add these curves, then you can see the simple form of the upper leg. It's so simple if you just keep up with the rhythm and the design of the leg. So you see that curve here, and then it continues down there on the lower leg till the fit. So it will create this flow that you're looking for. And let's do this also here. Here we have the knee. And right after that, these muscles, these curves. You really don't need to know all these muscles right now. Just think about their shapes. And then look at the order and rhythm that's here. Can you see that zigzag movement? So let me do it again. Here I just want to draw the left leg and to examine more keenly the rhythm that's important for us. So here, as I said before, we have this important landmark, anterior superior iliac spine, and then iliac crest, which is here. And right below that, we have this bump for this muscle, tensor fasciae latae, and then Okay, we have this muscle here, sartorius, that comes downward, and then the other form that we have on this part, which is the adductor muscles. And right here we have the kneecap. I will put a simple form like this for it because I'm not really worried about the anatomical shape of it. And right after that, we have these shape like this. Be careful about the proportion. You will learn all these measurements gradually as you practice more and more and as you memorize all these forms. And then, so when you're drawing, try to enrich your visual memory using references and different pictures and different angles. It would really help you to, let's say, understand better the rhythm, the order, and proportions, most importantly, in the legs. So that's what I'm trying to create, this rhythm here. Okay, before continuing, let me just explain more and talk more about design and rhythm that I was talking about. Design is really about the harmonious and ordered way of putting the numbers all together. That will create proportions. So, as you can see in my drawing, we have these movements and these shapes, these lines that got together with a kind of order. That's what we're talking about. When you put numbers all together, when there's no order, they just don't make sense. So as you can see in my drawing here, I'm trying to really create and draw with a kind of design. And design is all about proportions, and proportions is all about numbers. When you give a kind of order and when you put all those numbers and measurements in a harmonious way, then you will create something beautiful. And when you are talking about beauty, beauty is something that in a form, when in a form there is harmony, then you are creating something beautiful. So that's what we are looking here. We're not just trying to draw something or represent something. We are trying to understand it and perceive it and discern it and discern the order and design of, for example, the human body. So that's what we're trying to do. On this view, I want to first show you pelvis and its shape, and then just I want to remind you landmarks that we have on back. Posterior superior iliac spine, these 2 points, sacrum and sacral triangle. Sacral triangle here. And then these 2 landmarks, greater trochanter. And after that we have gluteus maximum muscle that has a kind of bean shape to it, something like this. And if you put them all together, you will have a butterfly. So we can start with this form. You can use wrapping lines to give volume to your drawing when you feel comfortable with the shape, like this, because it's rounded. But be careful that on this part, you see we have a kind of change in the direction of wrapping lines and volume of the form. Okay, now let's work on the rest of the upper leg. So, legs have a kind of B shape like this. So here I want to work on it and add this rhythm. First, the flow, and after that I will complete the shape like this by using the adductor muscles that are here, the knee, these muscles down there, you see here I'm trying to keep up with the rhythm and the design of the legs and the zigzag shape that I was talking about. So it will create movement. In addition to that, it's also a kind of asymmetrical design. So whenever you have asymmetry, the thing that it would create is movement. It helps us to move the eye wherever we want to do that. And finally, I just can add Achilles tendon down there and the feet. Just a simple shape for showing the feet. Just a suggestion of that. And now let me demonstrate to you the legs on side view. First of all, that's the movement. S curve like this. And then we have the pelvis on top with this direction, and right after that we have the gluteus maximus muscle right here, iliac crest, and on this part we have anterior superior iliac spine, and after that we have these curve, and right below that and lower than the other curve that we have here on the front, we have the other important line that will go through the knee like this. Here's the kneecap, and then these two muscles down there. And here I will add the foot. And here's the lateral malleolus. So the important thing to remember is always to create this movement and flow and the rhythm. Obviously, as you can see, it's really important and crucial in our drawings because we want to always make our drawings real fluid, real and believable, also beautiful. So this movement will create beauty and harmony. So as you can see, I'm avoiding using any straight lines like this, and instead I'm just using these three type of lines. S, C. So as you can see, I'm just avoiding any straight line like these, and I'm just using these two type of lines, S and C curves, to create movement and the flow in my drawing.